Hi, I'm Elaine Koyama, author of Knocking on Doors. I began my career in the 70s and 80s when the roles for men and women were not quite established and they were still evolving, particularly when it came to entertaining clients. Around 1982, 4 of us Cargill managers were taking a New York City customer out to dinner. We met at the Long Branch Saloon. It was a poor facsimile of a real Western steakhouse. I was seated next to one of the distributors, as I referred to the first lieutenant. He was bending my ear all evening with monologues about his Corvette, his parties, his importance at the distributorship. At one point, he draped his arm over my chair. Then he put his hand on my thigh. I moved his hand off my leg and continued to engage in business speak. The night continued on. He suggested we all go out for a nightcap. We agreed, and he suggested the Playboy Club. We left the restaurant and piled into 2 cabs. We arrived at the club in short order. The doorman greeted us, 6 men and me, and we were each handed a Playboy magazine as we entered. It was everything the photos depicted, but shabbier. The Playboy bunnies wore fishnet hose and tattered tails. The disco dance floor was strobing, but alas, Playboy clubs were in their decline. The place was empty. The first lieutenant, seeing the error of his ways, was quick to regroup. "Regines," he declared. "Regines is the hot spot in the city." So we all filed out. He led us to the curb, and the doorman hailed 2 cabs. "Regines," the first lieutenant cried. They looked at him awkwardly. One asked if we really wanted to take a cab to Regines. The first lieutenant boldly repeated, "Regines." So we piled into the 2 cabs. The cabbies slammed their doors, they turned on their meters, and drove us half a block down the street to Regines. Entertaining customers is standard issue for sales and marketing people. We do it all the time. This really happened to me. It's so disrespectful on so many levels. The arm, the hand on my leg, the Playboy Club, the magazine, the bunnies. I was maybe 28 years old. I was single. But back in the day, I was constantly being tested. Could I take on these macho men? Could a young Japanese-American woman really deal with these high-value customers? No one knew for sure. It hadn't been done before. Yet I couldn't help but laugh at the silliness of the situation. Guys trying to shock or impress, only to embarrass themselves. Some people have asked me, why didn't I report this misconduct? Reporting would have been a full-time job. Part of the issue we were working through was that the rules were being changed as we lived it. Men were testing the new boundaries, and many of us women were establishing these boundaries on the fly. The world needs activists, the brave men and women who challenge the status quo. And I like to think that the world needed those of us who just put the shoulder to the plow, moving forward, slowly but surely, pushing the borders beyond the comfort zone.